Okay, let's unpack this. We've got a source here that really lands right on a pretty common challenge, just starting a fitness journey. This particular piece, it's a transcript from a YouTube video, and it makes a pretty compelling promise body transformation, just 4 weeks, using only 5 simple exercises.
Yeah, that's a big promise. And for anyone who's ever felt, swamped by all the workout options out there or just wants to get informed quickly.
This feels like a deep dive we absolutely need to take.
Definitely. And what's interesting, I think, is how explicitly it targets beginners. It really zeroes in on that idea that, hey, it doesn't actually take that much to get started.
That's such a key message, isn't it? Especially if you're feeling unsure or intimidated.
Exactly. Takes away some of that initial barrier.
Absolutely. So our mission for this deep dive is pretty clear. We're going to try and pull out the most important insights from this source. What are these 5 exercises?
What are the mechanics it describes, the benefits it talks about?
And crucially, the context around it all. Because it's not just the exercises.
No, the source is quite upfront that, look, a healthy body takes determination, motivation, willpower, resilience, the long haul stuff.
It does.
Yeah.
But it balances that by saying once you do start seeing results, it can become almost impossible to quit. That's quite a hook.
It is. It suggests that initial progress is really powerful.
And here's where the source drops, I think, a really critical piece of advice right at the start. Specifically for beginners, it says before any exercise, the most important thing is making sure your diet is in check. It actually uses that classic line, abs are built in the kitchen.
Ah, okay. So nutrition first.
Nutrition first. That's the focus. Only once that foundation is solid, then according to this source, should you really shift your main focus to the workout routine itself.
That's a really strong point it's making there. Grounding it all in eating habits first, especially for people who genuinely don't really know where or how to start.
Makes sense. And one more thing before we jump into the actual moves. A really crucial warning, this source. Hammers home.
Which is?
Perfect form. Non-negotiable for all these exercises. To prevent injury.
Right. Standard advice, but always worth repeating.
Absolutely. And it's strongly advised as consulting a professional if you're confused or having trouble getting the movements right. Basic safety.
Couldn't agree more. Safety and effectiveness, they go hand in hand.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's dive into the movements then. The source kicks off with a focus on the core. Exercise 1, the plank.
The plank. Yeah, the source describes this obviously as a core exercise, hits the abs, but also, interestingly, the shoulders and back, too.
And it lists quite a range of benefits, actually. Strengthens your core for better posture, that's huge. Helps reduce or even prevent back pain. Improves balance.
Improves overall performance in daily tasks. Strengthens the whole body, really. Protects from injury. And, helps strengthen and develop abs.
Wow, so it's painting it as much more than just an ab exercise. It's foundational.
Seems like it. The mechanics described are get into a push-up position, then bend your elbows 90 degrees, rest your weight on your forearm.
Elbows under shoulders.
Elbows under shoulders, body in a straight line, head to heels. Engage the core. It says suck your stomach towards your spine and just hold it.
And for beginners, how long?
It suggests starting simple, maybe 30 seconds, and then just gradually increase the time as you get stronger.
Okay. Makes sense. Building on that core and back idea, the source also includes the bird dog.
Right.
Exercise number 4 in their list, actually. Also targets core and back and specifically mentions balance.
The bird dog. Yeah, this one's described as really good for strengthening the back, especially the lumbar spine, the lower back, and working those stabilizer muscles.
The mechanics, as the source lays them out, start on all fours. Core tight. Spine and neck neutral, so you're looking down.
Okay.
Knees under hips, wrists under shoulders. Then you slowly extend your left leg straight back, keep it parallel to the floor, importantly, not above hip height. And at the same time, lift your right arm straight forward, also parallel. Hold it briefly, bring them down smoothly, and then repeat on the other side.
It requires some coordination then. And the source gets pretty specific about muscles here too. It mentions the erector spinae, those muscles along the spine.
Flexing, extending, rotating.
Gluteus maximus, so your main butt muscle. Trapezius in the upper back, and the deltoids, your shoulder muscles. Quite a few involved.
Yeah, it really highlights how these seemingly simple moves can engage a lot. Okay, so moving from core stability, let's talk full body and lower body strength. The push-up, exercise number 2.
The push-up. The source calls this one One of the oldest and most important exercises. High praise.
It really frames it as a full-body exercise.
Yeah.
Builds strength everywhere, forearms, chest, shoulders, back, abs, even legs.
Yeah.
And definitely engages the core.
And the big thing it highlights.
It's a compound exercise, meaning it hits multiple muscle groups all at once. Efficient.
Very efficient. And, like the plank and bird dog, the source points out a major plus. No fancy equipment needed. You can do them basically anywhere.
That practicality is huge for beginners, isn't it?
Yeah.
Removes another barrier.
Totally. The mechanics described are hands on the ground, directly under your shoulders, core tight, body straight, back flat, lower yourself towards the floor, keeping that core engaged.
Maintain the straight line.
Maintain the line. Exhale as you push back up. All about keeping that straight line and tight core.
Got it. Okay, next up, another big compound movement, the squat. Exercise number 3.
The squat. The source calls this one essential. Strengthens the core and obviously the legs, quads, hamstrings, calves, glutes, plus hips and back.
Yeah, squats are definitely a powerhouse. The benefits listed: increased lower body strength, stimulates muscle growth, strengthens joints.
Improves balance, improves posture too, and engages the core and lower back. It's a big one.
For the mechanics, the source says, stand facing forward, chest up, feet about shoulder width apart. Then you bend your knees, put your butt back like you're aiming for a chair.
Keep your head up, slight arch in the lower back importantly. Don't let it round. Lower down until your thighs are parallel to the floor.
Or as low as you can comfortably go with good form.
Exactly. Weight onto the heels, then push through the heels to come back up. Start with body weight, it says. Add resistance later if you want.
Here the source really circles back to that warning about form.
Oh yeah. Especially with squats. It says proper form is absolutely crucial to prevent injuries.
And it specifically recommends talking to a personal trainer if you're unsure about your squat form. Good advice.
Very good advice. Okay, finally, exercise number 5. This one focuses more on the glutes and is mentioned for helping with back pain, the glute bridge.
The glute bridge primarily targets the glutes, as the name suggests, but the source says it also hits the core and hips, and calls it a key exercise in preventing lower back pain.
That's a really interesting benefit to highlight, especially for people, stuck at desks all day or who already have some lower back issues.
Definitely. It says it strengthens the lower back and improves hip mobility. Also works hamstrings and adductors. And apparently, more advanced versions can bring in hip flexors, obliques, quads, too.
And again, like the others, the source emphasizes the practicality. No equipment, do it anywhere.
So convenient.
Yeah.
The mechanics described are lay face up on the floor, knees bent, feet flat on the ground, about hip width apart, arms by your sides, palms down.
Okay.
Then you slowly lift your hips up off the floor until your knees, hips, and shoulders form a nice straight line.
And at the top.
Squeeze the glutes. Hard, tighten the core, hold it for a moment, then slowly lower back down. Simple, effective movement.
Okay, so those are the 5. Plank, push-up, squat, bird dog, and glute bridge. And the source kind of wraps things up by reiterating its overall message.
Which is?
Well, that building a truly healthy body is a long game. Takes months, years of determination, hard work.
Right, managing expectations.
Exactly. But these 5 exercises offer a solid, 4-week head start. A way to improve strength and body composition initially, setting you up for whatever comes next.
And it finishes with that really strong recommendation again.
Yes. Always make sure that you receive professional medical advice from your doctor before starting out any new exercise regimen. Especially, it notes, if you have underlying health conditions or previous injuries.
That professional consultation point comes up again and again. Very responsible.
It does. And it also circles back to the healthy eating point. The source's view seems to be that it's the combination good exercise plus healthy diet that really improves your overall physical and mental health.
Makes sense. The synergy effect.
Yeah. And the final, perhaps most fundamental takeaway from the source.
Let me guess. Consistency.
Consistency is everything. Bingo. It says, look, you probably won't see crazy results right away, but sticking with it, being consistent with the workouts and the healthy eating, that's what leads to gradual, sustainable changes. Physique, overall well-being, mental and physical.
The long view. Patience and persistence.
Exactly. So there you have it. That's the breakdown of these 5 foundational exercises. Plank, push-up, squat, bird dog, glute bridge, plus all the surrounding context as this particular source presents it for beginners looking to make a change.
And you've got those core principles the source really emphasizes. Diet first, Prioritize that perfect form for safety, understand the power of consistency for real change, and definitely consult with a medical professional before you start anything new.
These seem to be the critical nuggets the source wants you, the listener, to take away if you're considering that, crucial first step.
Absolutely. Essential groundwork.
Which kind of leaves us with a final thought for you to mull over. Given that this source puts such a strong emphasis on starting simple, just body weight, and focusing on consistency above all else, how might integrating even just one of these 5 exercises into your daily routine be a potentially powerful first move for you?
And perhaps what might be the biggest barrier you personally could face in actually maintaining that consistency day in and day out? Something to think about.